Friends, as the final embers of 2023 flicker and fade, we stand at a precipice. The year ahead, 2024, looms like an untamed beast, its form obscured by the swirling mists of uncertainty. Yet amidst this fog, a truth burns bright. The power to shape this beast lies not in the stars nor in fickle fate, but within the forge of our own hearts. For we are not mere flotsam, tossed hither and thither by the tides of circumstance. We are, as Epictetus reminds us, rational and social animals, imbued with the spark of virtue, the embers of self-mastery. It is this spark, this flicker of inner fire, that will illuminate the path ahead, guiding us through the treacherous shadows of 2024. But let us not deceive ourselves. The road will be fraught. Seneca, the Roman Stoic, warned us of the rough seas that inevitably accompany the pursuit of virtue. Destructive emotions, like tempestuous waves, will threaten to engulf us. Fear, its icy tendrils coiling around our hearts. Anger, a volcanic eruption threatening to consume all in its path. And despair, a siren song luring us into the abyss. Yet, it is in the face of these very storms that our true mettle will be tested. For within each of us lies the potential for something far grander than mere survival. We can become, as Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, aspired, citadels built upon a hill, bastions of reason and resilience, unbowed by the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune. So, as we stand at the threshold of 2024, let us not flinch. Let us not succumb to the allure of apathy or the whispers of doubt. Instead, let us fan the flames of our inner fire, forging within ourselves the armor of Stoicism. First, the shield of reason. In the face of fear and uncertainty, let us wield the sword of logic, dissecting anxieties with the precision of a surgeon. Let us remember, as Epictetus taught, that it is not events that disturb us, but our interpretation of them. Let us choose to see the challenges ahead not as insurmountable obstacles, but as opportunities to hone our virtue, to refine our character. Second, the breastplate of self-control. When anger threatens to consume us, let us remember the words of Seneca. He who cannot control himself cannot control anything else. Let us not be slaves to our passions, but masters of our own minds. Through mindfulness and discipline, let us extinguish the flames of rage before they engulf us, replacing them with the embers of empathy and understanding. Third, the helmet of acceptance. In the face of hardship and loss, let us not succumb to despair. Let us remember, as Marcus Aurelius wrote, that the universe is change, life is opinion. We cannot control the winds of fate, but we can adjust our sails. Let us accept what we cannot control, focusing our energy on what lies within our power, our thoughts, our actions, our character. With these three weapons, reason, self-control, and acceptance, we shall not merely weather the storms of 2024, but emerge stronger, more resilient, more fully human. We shall stand together, a phalanx of virtue, illuminating the path ahead for ourselves and for those who walk beside us. So, let us step into the new year, not with trepidation, but with the fierce determination of Stoics. Let us forge our armor in the fires of now and greet 2024 not as victims of fate, but as architects of our own destiny. Remember, friends, the power lies not in the stars, but within. Let us ignite the flames of our inner fire, and together we shall make 2024 a year not of mere survival, but of triumph. Tool number 1. Forge the shield of reason. Friends, as we embark on this upward spiral, let us grasp the first and most vital tool in our Stoic arsenal, the shield of reason. It is reason that shall illuminate our path, guiding us through the murky labyrinth of emotions and protecting us from the corrosive arrows of fear and anxiety. But what is reason, you may ask? It is not merely the cold, calculating logic of a machine. It is a force far more potent, a divine spark that resides within each of us, capable of discerning truth from illusion, virtue from vice, and enduring value from fleeting pleasure. To wield the shield of reason is to embrace a life of careful contemplation, of introspection, and of a relentless pursuit of understanding. It is to challenge our assumptions, to question the whispers of our fears, and to test the soundness of our beliefs against the anvil of logic. Here are some ways to forge a stronger shield of reason. Seek out diverse perspectives. Do not limit yourself to echo chambers that reinforce your existing beliefs. Engage with people who hold different views. Read books that challenge your thinking and expose yourself to a variety of ideas. Practice mindfulness. Learn to observe your thoughts and emotions without judgment. This will help you to detach from them and see them for what they are, merely passing events in the mind, not reflections of reality. Study logic and critical thinking. Equip yourself with the tools to identify fallacies, biases, and persuasive tactics. This will help you to see through attempts to manipulate your emotions and make sound judgments based on evidence. By cultivating reason, we become less susceptible to the whims of fear, less prone to anger, and less likely to despair in the face of adversity. We become, as Marcus Aurelius put it, like a rock against which the waves continually break. Tool number 2. Don the breastplate of self-control, friends. As we ascend the upward spiral, wielding the shield of reason, we encounter another vital tool in our Stoic arsenal, the breastplate of self-control. For even with clear minds, the fires of anger and the seductions of desire can threaten to consume us. This breastplate, forged in the furnace of self-mastery, will guard our hearts and minds, allowing us to remain masters of our own destinies. But what is self-control? It is not the rigid suppression of our emotions, but rather the skillful channeling of their potent energy. It is the unwavering inner compass that guides us through the treacherous storms of temptation and impulse, ensuring our actions align with virtue and wisdom. To don the breastplate of self-control requires a commitment to self-awareness and disciplined action. Here are some ways to forge this crucial armor. Know thyself. Begin by understanding your triggers, the situations and stimuli that ignite your anger or tempt you towards vice. Once identified, these triggers no longer hold power over you. They become mere signposts on the path to virtue. Practice mindfulness. Cultivate a moment-to-moment awareness of your thoughts and emotions. This allows you to observe the rising tide of anger or desire before it engulfs you, giving you the space to choose a more virtuous response. Delay gratification. Learn to resist the allure of instant gratification. Develop the strength to pause, to contemplate the long-term consequences of your actions, and choose the path that aligns with your highest values. Embrace discipline. Commit to consistent practice. Just as an athlete trains their body, train your mind and emotions through exercises like delayed gratification, mindful meditation, and journaling your triggers and responses. Seek supportive habits. Surround yourself with practices that cultivate self-control. Develop a regular sleep schedule, engage in physical exercise, and nurture healthy relationships that encourage virtuous living. Remember, friends, the path to self-mastery is not without its challenges. There will be moments of frustration, lapses in discipline, and the tempting allure of indulgence. But let us not falter. Let us see these stumbles as opportunities for growth, as chances to refine our skills and strengthen our breastplate. With each victory over temptation, we forge a new link in the armor of self-control. We become, as Epictetus declared, unshakable like a rocky promontory against which the waves continually break. This, my friends, is the true mark of a Stoic. Not the absence of emotions, but the power to channel them towards a life of virtue and purpose. So, don your breastplates, fellow voyagers, and let us continue our ascent, wielding the twin powers of reason and self-control. Together, we shall conquer the mountains of temptation, extinguish the fires of anger, and emerge on the other side, stronger, more resilient, and more fully human. Tool number 3. Wear the helmet of acceptance. Friends, as we climb the arduous spiral of 2024, armed with the shield of reason and the breastplate of self-control, we reach a final, crucial piece of armor, the helmet of acceptance. For even with clear minds and steady hearts, the slings and arrows of adversity will inevitably find their mark. It is this helmet, forged in the fires of resilience, that will allow us to withstand the blows of fate, embrace the inevitable, and find peace amidst the storms of life. But what is acceptance? It is not passive resignation, nor a surrender to despair. It is the active, conscious decision to acknowledge what is beyond our control, to release our grip on what cannot be changed, and to focus our energy on what we can shape: our thoughts, our reactions, and ultimately, our character. Delay gratification. Learn to resist the allure of instant gratification. Develop the strength to pause, to contemplate the long-term consequences of your actions, and choose the path that aligns with your highest values. Embrace discipline. Commit to consistent practice. Just as an athlete trains their body, train your mind and emotions through exercises like delayed gratification, mindful meditation, and journaling your triggers and responses. Seek supportive habits. Surround yourself with practices that cultivate self-control. Develop a regular sleep schedule. Engage in physical exercise, and nurture healthy relationships that encourage virtuous living. Remember, friends, the path to self-mastery is not without its challenges. There will be moments of frustration, lapses in discipline, and the tempting allure of indulgence. But let us not falter. Let us see these stumbles as opportunities for growth, as chances to refine our skills and strengthen our breastplate. With each victory over temptation, we forge a new link in the armor of self-control. We become, as Epictetus declared, unshakable like a rocky promontory against which the waves continually break. This, my friends, is the true mark of a Stoic, not the absence of emotions, but the power to channel them towards a life of virtue and purpose. So, don your breastplates, fellow voyagers, and let us continue our ascent, wielding the twin powers of reason and self-control. Together, we shall conquer the mountains of temptation, extinguish the fires of anger, and emerge on the other side, stronger, more resilient, and more fully human. As the final chimes of 2023 echo through the canyons of time, and the nascent dawn of 2024 peaks over the horizon, a hush falls over the gathering. We stand together, bathed in the golden light of new beginnings, not as strangers, but as fellow voyagers on this grand, arduous ascent. For we have forged a bond, a fellowship of spirit, in the crucible of these words, in the furnace of Stoicism. We have wielded the shield of reason, deflecting the arrows of fear and doubt. We have donned the breastplate of self-control, quenching the fires of anger and temptation. We have worn the helmet of acceptance, weathering the storms of fate with unbowed heads. And in doing so, we have transformed ourselves, not into invincible titans, but into something far more profound. Stoic humans, ready to embrace the unfurling tapestry of 2024. But let not the embers of our shared fire wane. This new year is not a destination, but a summit yet to be scaled. Let the lessons here be like torches, illuminating the path before you. May reason remain your compass, guiding you through treacherous valleys and whispering wisdom in the face of uncertainty. May self-control be your anchor, steadying you in the winds of adversity and tempering your passions into tools of virtue. And may acceptance be your cloak, sheltering you from the slings and arrows of fortune, allowing you to dance with life's storms, not as victims, but as empowered navigators. Remember, friends, the upward spiral is not a solo climb. We are a phalanx, a community of like-minded souls, bound by the common thread of Stoic wisdom. Let virtue's way be your haven, a lighthouse in the storm, its beacon ever burning with encouragement and support. Subscribe, not just to bolster our mission, but to connect with the vibrant tapestry of fellow climbers, sharing your trials and triumphs, drawing strength from each other's victories. Every like, every comment, is a flickering flame, adding fuel to the collective blaze of Stoic spirit.